it's Monday morning. I'm going to give it a minute, then I'm going to say it again because I'm never sure. There we are. I know that we're now live. So good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning. Ooh, there's such a thing as Monday morning blues, and and especially if you've had a really great weekend and you've had a lot of fun, the idea of going back to work or going back to having to, sort of do what you have to do on a Monday. Monday's the official start of what we call the work week, right? So a lot of people have Monday morning blues. In my household of one, we don't have such a thing. We don't have Monday morning blues or Tuesday or Wednesday or even Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We don't have any blues in this house. And I'm going to explain to you in a few minutes how that could possibly be. Now, not that I don't have my off days, not that I don't get a bit down in the dumps from time to time, but I have a great method, a motivational way of getting rid of the Monday morning blues, getting rid of the all of that stuff that can drag you down. However, in order to achieve this uh, motivation, it requires that you've got to do just a little bit of work and a little bit of thought. Now, everything is energy. We all know that, don't we? Everything is about energy. Everything is, our thoughts are energy. Our thoughts are like living things. They go out from us into the universe and they gather as they go along. So all good thoughts go out there and all negative thoughts go out there. And when they've gone out there and they've done their thing, then they come back and they start traveling back to us, as we know. So here's the thing. How do we conquer our inability to motivate ourselves? And it's very simple, bearing in mind that everything is about energy. And when you see the sun, which is imagined the most beautiful, powerful energy that this earth possesses, because without it, nothing grows, does it? Nothing exists. So take that sun that we have, and when we put, for instance, a piece of crystal in a window, or if we put a pyramid in a window, crystal pyramid in the window, and the sun shines through, what you see is that power, that beautiful golden powerful energy goes through the crystal, and as it goes through the crystal, the energy refracts through the crystal, breaks up through the crystal into trillions of rainbow colors, which tells us that if we break down that golden, brilliant energy, if we break it down, if we're able to break it down, then we can break it down so that it refracts. It shows up different types of energy, which tells us, different colors, sorry, which tells us that that big ball of energy, that huge ball of energy that is in the sky that we rely on so much, if we break it down, we can break it down. It doesn't become less powerful by any means, but we can break it down and we can see what it's made up of. If we can sort of uh, push everything that refracts through the crystal, if we can push it all back through the crystal and send it back, it would become that golden, brilliant, beautiful ball of golden energy. So, okay, so because we know that energy is made up of lots of different colors, a rainbow of colors, we can use that to motivate us. And I know you're wondering, well, how? But we do have to do a little bit of work first. So, bearing in mind that color is important and that different colors signify different types of energy, if we are feeling down in the dumps a little bit, or we're feeling tired or exhausted or what have you, a little bit of red in our aura is fantastic. Can you see? Where are we? There we are. Got a little bit of cherry red in there, right? So because I've been working really hard, I thought this morning, give myself a little pop of energy. And wearing red doesn't mean that we get energy, but thinking about it and choosing it and paying attention to what we're wearing and knowing that we're wearing it because we want it to sort of encourage us or to influence us, makes all the difference in the world. So I thought, how about also a little bit of blue in there? So here we go. Where is it? A little bit of blue in there. So blue is the healing color. So I've got my red, white and blue on here. So typically very British, red, white and blue. But in here, I'm also looking because, you know, sometimes if we feel a bit lonely or if we feel that we're, you know, we're on our own and, oh, well, let's just read a book all day long. Let's not bother doing anything else. If we can't be motivated, the idea that we might be loved or that we want love, or the idea of sending a message out into the universe, come love me, or I'm sending out love to you, we would wear some nice, beautiful pink. Are you following all of this? Now, Gregor has put his hand on my shoulder. So first of all, we must say good morning to Gregor, and we must also say good morning to Chris. Are you there, Chris? Are you listening to any of this?
I am hanging on the edge of my seat.
Yes, right. Well, you've heard all this before. So how do we motivate ourselves? Okay, so we can use colors. And if we are careful when we get up in the morning, for those of you who do get up in the morning, who are motivated at least enough to get up and feed yourselves in the morning, because hunger can motivate you too, can't it? Hunger can motivate you to get yourself into the kitchen to make whatever it is you're making for your breakfast. So we know that there are certain things in our lives that will motivate us, unless, of course, we're really, really depressed, and that's a whole other issue. But motivating ourselves means sort of focusing on the things that can motivate us, that do motivate us. It doesn't mean that it gets the job done. For instance, if we know that we've got to clean up the kitchen this morning, that was me. I'd got all sorts of sticky surfaces after the cooking show yesterday. A bit of sugar here, a bit of cream there, a little bit of creme patissiere, and so on. So I was very, very motivated this morning to completely clear all of the counters and clear everything off and wipe everything down and disinfect everything, because I like to go into my kitchen on a daily basis and cook. And so I like to make sure that all my surfaces are really, really clean. That means that I am motivated to do that. But, you know, if I'm not, let's say I wasn't going to cook today, or let's say, you know, hey, leave it for another day, it means that I've got to somehow find a way to motivate myself. So motivation can come in many forms. Again, if you're hungry and you want to make yourself something to eat, I'm hoping that you don't want to make yourself something to eat in a dirty kitchen. So that motivates you to clean up. If you are motivated to, if you need to be motivated, for instance, if you're a writer and you need to be motivated to get down there and get on with it and start writing, but writer's block, here we go again, and now another day, and here we go, writer's block again. We put it off, don't we? We put off the things that very often are so important to us, and we tell ourselves writer's block, or we tell ourselves, I can't do this, because we give ourselves reasons and excuses to ignore the ability that we have to motivate ourselves. So what I'm suggesting to you today, and I'd love to hear your comments. If anybody's out there listening to this, it would be great to have some comments. And Chris, I'd like to hear your comments as well. So if, for instance, I'll talk to you a little bit about me and how I motivate myself. And then I'd love to have anybody else's ideas as well. But remembering, you've got to remember always, every time you get up in the morning, everything is energy. Everything is about energy. And even if you're feeling that you are not energetic, well, go out and buy yourself a pair of red pajamas then. Or go out and buy yourself, or I bet rooting in your closet, you can find something that's red, even if it's a scarf, because if you have no energy and you put on a red scarf, you're immediately drawing to you. Remember, like attracts like. You're immediately drawing to you that energy that is vibrant and sort of exciting. And every time you put red on, and you put red on with the intention of wanting to be motivated, of wanting to have energy, when you put on that red scarf, that red sweater, or that pair of PJs that somebody gave you for Christmas and you'll never wear them again, put them on, because what you're doing is, don't put them on before bed because you'll never sleep, but put them on with the intention of allowing that color to motivate you, allowing that color, bearing in mind that the color red is the color of energy, it's the color of vibrancy, it's the color of power. Don't wear it too often. A little bit of red is great. I don't want you to wear red to the point where you're sort of high, you're on the ceiling, you're walking on the ceiling or something. Don't do that. But okay, let's say that you're feeling sick, you're really feeling tired and you're feeling worn out, or you're sick. Okay, then I'm going to suggest find something that's sort of a nice sort of baby blue that you can look at, that gives you energy, but you're also calling out to the universe. You're saying to the universe, hey, I need this. I need this energy. And like attracts like, and that beautiful healing energy will literally come around you and flow through you. You'll feel beautiful. You'll feel loved. You'll feel soft. You'll feel as if you're getting this beautiful energy that's wrapping around you, the energy of healing. And blue will absolutely do that for you. So as you're going into your wardrobe, as you're choosing something to wear, I know that a lot of people sort of, grope in there, pick anything, especially if you're not going out anywhere, you're staying at home. You grope in there, you just pick anything up that happens to be to hand. If you go in there bearing in mind that you're looking for something that helps you to be motivated in whatever it is you want to do today. For instance, if you've got a house full of kids and you really, really, really don't want to play with them today, but you've got to play with them today again, put on that little bit of red, that little spark, or put on this bright yellow that makes you feel sunny and beautiful and, sort of literally makes your energy pop and attracts that energy to you, so that you've got that, you've got the energy, and you not only got the energy, you also start to feel good. Every time you wear something with the intention of feeling good in whatever way, every time you wear something, put something around you, wrap yourself in a blue blanket if you're not feeling that good. If you've got a cold, for instance, or you're sort of thinking, I'm so tired, I'm just going to take a nap. If you put a blue blanket around you with the intention of bringing that blue energy into your life and within you, it makes you feel so much, much better. And you are using your energy to bring to you whatever it is that you need. You know, the other day I thought, I've really got to do some writing. But for whatever reason, I really did not feel that motivated. So what makes me feel inclined to write? When I want to write, how do I need to feel? What do I need to feel? What do I need to do for myself that makes me feel so, that sort of so good? And I think what I need when I write is I need peace and I need calm, but I need it not on the surface, not on the outside. Of course, it works if you're in a quiet place, but I also need peace within me, harmony within me. And so, um, you know, today I'm going to be writing, but I'm going to be putting on a green sweater or a green top of some kind, because I want to find that peace and that calm, and that color green is the color of calming and peace and tranquility. If I'm giving healing to someone who I know needs to have that calm within them, I will visualize wrapping a green ribbon or a green blanket, a soft, beautiful, sort of like a leaf green, soft, beautiful, healing green. So every time you feel you want to do something, but you can't be bothered, or it's not the right time, or I'll do it tomorrow, if you can instead think to yourself, what kind of energy do I need within me to motivate me? And that's when you go to your closet or that's when you go to your blankets, or that's when you look for something that you know is going to inspire you. But make sure when you're doing it, you need to make sure absolutely that what you're doing here is you are choosing your closet, you're choosing your sweater or your whatever it is, you're choosing your scarf because you want to feel that you are popping. A couple of years ago, on my birthday, which by the way is in a couple of days, you all know that, don't you? I think I've hammered it home enough. A couple of years ago, I was feeling really low. It was my birthday. I was by myself. And I just, I just felt so despondent. And I thought, okay, then what can I do to change the day? What can I do to make this day a good day rather than not a good day? So I went to my closet and I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive into the local town. I'm going to buy myself lunch. I might buy myself a little gift or not. Wasn't important, but I'm going to look good doing it all. So I went into the bathroom and I carefully applied my makeup, which takes me all of about 5 minutes. I went into my closet and I put on one of my favorite blouses and a nice skirt and really nice belt. And I felt good. I thought, yes, I wasn't doing that for anyone else. I was doing it for me. And it motivated me to get off of my butt and to make my day a special day instead of making my day one of those days where, I can't wait for this day to be over. So I drove to Sarasota, which is my sort of closest big town. I drove there and they have some great restaurants. And it was a beautiful, beautiful sunny May day. And I had no idea where I was going to go for lunch, but I parked the car. Amazingly, there was a car park just waiting for me. You know how that sometimes is, right? So I parked the car and I started walking along. But here's the thing, it wasn't about, the nice blouse, and it wasn't about the nice skirt or the nice shoes. It was about what was going on inside of me. And unbeknown to me, really, I was walking along and I was feeling great, knowing I was looking great. And I had such a smile on my face. And I noticed that people were looking at me and smiling, and I'm smiling back. And then, somebody, I would sort of carry on walking, thinking, which restaurant am I going to go to? And somebody would come, lovelier outfit. And I smile and say, thank you. And it wasn't that they loved my outfits as much as it was that they loved my smile. They felt, obviously, that I was approachable because I was putting out that energy that said, I'm a happy person. So I would walk along and somebody else would say, can I ask you, where did you get your blouse? And I have to tell you that I had so many compliments from total strangers as I'm walking along. And again, it really didn't have anything to do with the outfit, although it was a nice outfit. It had to do with my energy and this approachable energy that I was literally now exuding to the point it was sort of bouncing off me in waves. So I finally found my restaurant, one of my favorites in Sarasota, which is the Columbia. I didn't mean to do advertising today, but there we are. It's a great restaurant. And I went inside, and it's always fun to go into this place because they obviously have Colombian food, which is always great. The staff are always nice. The margaritas are amazing. I'm going to show you how to make those next Sunday. Anyway, so I thought, well, I can have one margarita because I was driving, so sort of got to be careful with that. So I asked for a weak margarita, and I'm sitting by myself at the table. And people were smiling and I was smiling. And then somebody came over to the table and said, can I just tell you how lovely you look? And then somebody else would come along and say, oh, I really love your outfit. And then somebody else would come along, and on it went. I never had to tell anybody that it was my birthday. It didn't really matter. And I had the best lunch. And then I went from there and I went into a few little shops and in and out of different places, just looking around. Didn't buy anything. And then I went home and I drove home with a big smile on my face. Now, here's the thing. What motivated me? My motivation was I am not going to be miserable on my birthday. That was my motivation. My next thought was, okay, then, well, then what can I do about it? What can I do to change my energy from, being that down in the dumps, Monday morning blues, whatever it was, from being that down in the dumps to, doing something. And we can talk about motivation all we like, and I can give you some wonderful motivational phrases, and I can give you some amazing motivational exercises to do. But if you're not motivated to do them, you're not going to do them, are you? So I think before you start to think what will motivate me, you've got to want to be motivated enough that you'll actually get off your bum and be motivated. And that's our choice. We all have choices in life, don't we? So we have a choice. And I had this nice show that I used to do with my friend Al Pisano, Everything is Attitude, and we may well come back to visit that at some point in the future. But everything is about attitude. So before you get up in the morning and it's Monday morning blues and your attitude perhaps is really lacking, and you're thinking, oh gosh, if you're on your own, there's no reason for you to change it, is there? If you've got kids or if you're living with somebody, you better get a grip, because you can't just put your miserable moods, although a lot of us do, but you can't put your miserable moods or your negative attitude onto your family, because it's just not fair. So the first thing you have to do, I think, when you get up and you feed yourself, and then you're starting to think, what can I wear? Don't pick out anything at all. Think to yourself, what is there in my closet that's going to motivate me? Or what can I wear today that's going to give me a little pop or a little feeling of, warmth and loving? The color pink is just fabulous, and I've been wearing pink over the last few days fairly often, because pink is the color of love, and I want to give it out, because it's it's our 25-year anniversary. I want to give out as much pink as I can possibly give out, but I also want to feel that I too am loved, which of course I know I am, but I want to feel it as well. So I want to sort of give myself that feeling of loving, and I also want to wear just some beautiful greens, because I want the color of peace. I want the feeling of peace and tranquility and so on. So remember, when you're using color, it's creating energy, or you're helping to create the kind of energy that will motivate you. The next thing is, you've got to be motivated enough to get off of your bum, because it's no good saying, yeah, I really need to do that. You actually have to take the next step and really do that. So this is my, I'm sort of giving you suggestions as to how to motivate yourself. But this is my, I suppose, one wish for all of you is, if you can't motivate yourself, it's not that you can't, it's that you won't. Let's get that clear. Because everybody can motivate themselves. We can motivate ourselves. A power word, we can being the power word. We all can. Do we choose to, or we choose not to? It is your choice, and it is my choice. We all make choices every single day of our lives. We choose to be happy. We choose to motivate ourselves. We choose to wear those colors, that we choose to create a powerful and a positive energy within us, or we choose not to. So which are you going to do? I've chosen today to choose to motivate myself. I cleaned the kitchen this morning. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to write this afternoon. Yes, I'm going to really motivate myself. I've got to go find my green top now. So anyway, so you choose to, or you choose not to. Everything is about a choice. If you're a person who's sitting at home feeling lonely, feeling miserable, feeling unhappy because life isn't going your way, that's your choice. You chose to do that. Remember, as I was telling you, my birthday 2 years ago, I chose to not allow my despondency. I chose not to think I'm all by myself and it's my birthday. I chose instead to think, okay, I'm by myself, which means I can do anything I want to do. I've got a choice. I could have gone to the beach and walked the beach. Wouldn't have cost me a penny. I could have, what else? I could have gone to the movies. It would have cost me a movie ticket. I could have chosen to go in the kitchen and cook all my favourite foods and then gorge myself silly. Or I could have chosen to go out for lunch and have a great time and enjoy myself and get dressed up, really to feel great. That was my choice. We have choices. So don't sit there and tell me, well, I can't go anywhere. And for those of you who are bound, homebound, maybe in a wheelchair or maybe unable to walk too far, we have, if you're watching this, you've got the internet. If you're watching this, go choose a movie that's really funny and enlightening. One of my favorite movies is Stuck on You. It is the most ridiculous and the most stupid movie that I think I've ever watched in my entire life, and it is one of the funniest movies that I've ever seen. You can do things, you can make your day better, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter how much money you have or you don't have. Go walk the beach, it costs you nothing at all. So motivate yourself. Remember that everything is about energy, that we are energy, that we have to work hard to create the kind of energy within us that is positive, that is powerful, and that is fun. So I'm going to have a fun rest of the day. I don't know about you guys. Chris.
Cameron's on saying, funny thing is, I was meditating last night trying to manifest motivation. I definitely
Oh,
needed this today. I hope you all are having a wonderful day.
oh, Cameron, thank you. And I hope you can get yourself motivated. Yes, Chris.
Cheryl says, I'm having so many ideas and then being overwhelmed and not doing anything, as well as feeling like if I try, I will mess it up. What advice do you have for someone going through
Uh,
that?
okay, it's very simple. She says it is really very simple. Um, get a notepad and a pencil or a pen, and choose. Let's say 5 things. Choose 5 things that you want to do with your life. Okay, write them down in order of priority and take them one step at a time. When we start to think of, oh gosh, all the things that we've got to do, we can get really, really overwhelmed. Um, I'll give you an example just yesterday, and this is an example. I always do more than I need to do. It's just one of those horrible traits that I have. And I kick myself very often because it was my cooking show yesterday. And I said, oh, well, we'll make a nice, I'll show you all how to make a nice creme patissiere and then show you what to use it with. Pastry cream, it is really. So I'll show you all how to make a pastry cream and then I'll show you what you can do with it. And you'd think that that would be enough. But then I'm thinking, but if it was a real dinner party and if I was making this, which it is, of course, a real dinner party, but I'm thinking if I had lots of people here, I wouldn't be making just one dessert, I'd be making 2. So I thought, let's make a meringue. I'll make some little meringues, some little baby meringues. And why don't I, just instead of presenting the meringues, why don't I make some chocolate to go over the top and something else, and on it went, right? So now in my head, I'm thinking, so now I'm thinking, I've got a choice. I can easily be overwhelmed by thinking, I've got all of this to do and I've only got an hour when the show comes on. I've only got an hour to do it all. Or I can make a list and see what the priorities are. And as always with my cooking, I always prepare my stuff beforehand. Before I actually start to cook, I measure out, I put things, and I've got a sort of like a black top, like a kitchen counter thing. and I put all of my ingredients on there, and as I use them I take them off of there. If I'm on my own, I put them away, but I'll take them off of there so that I absolutely know that every one of the ingredients that I'm meant to that are meant to go in have gone, because they're not on that board any longer. So basically, I take it a step at a time. So if you make a list of the things that are important to you in order of priority, don't start one thing until you've settled on the first thing. Do first things first, take a step at a time, because that way, and take a breath. Remember, that's our that's our thought for the week here. So take a breath, step back, take a breath, look and see what it is that are your priorities, and work first things first, and work through the first one. Do what you need to do, take a breath, go to the second, and take a breath and go to the third. So it's all a question of disciplining yourself. If you get overwhelmed by things, you'll never do anything at all. So discipline and making. I'm a list maker. I'm an earth sign, so I'm a list maker. It comes naturally to me. I make lists all the time. But we can all make lists, can't we? But following through on them is a whole other thing. So take a breath, take each step at a time, and don't overwhelm yourself by thinking of all the other things that you have to do. First things first. Chris?
Carolyn wants to know, would it help to maybe use paints or crayons and color?
Absolutely. And we are going to, next Monday, I'm going to talk to you about our motivational board, using colors and so on. And I do this with my students all the time. It works every time. And we're going to be talking about the power of words and the power of colors as well. But yes, I mean, if my grandson Reese isn't feeling so well, I'll often say to him, okay, why don't we draw? Let's do some drawing. Let's make a picture, and color the sky blue, and color the grass green. And as I'm doing this, of course, I'm also sending him this type of healing. But without him realizing, he's also creating this incredible wealth of energy that's surrounding him. And 9 times out of 10, pretty soon he's, as he's been doing that, he feels much better. But personally, I find clothing, scarves, that kind of thing, sort of, I mean, what would it cost to go into? You can go into the I don't know, some, what is it called, the secondhand stores, what do they call
Goodwill.
themselves, the Goodwill store, and you can buy a nice little handkerchief or a little scarf or something, silk or something, for $1 or whatever it is, and you could have all the colors of the rainbow. And when you're feeling uh, not so great, you can always put 2 scarves on together as well, wrap them around your neck or just drape them over you or something. Reds for energy, pink for love, green for calming and peace and tranquility. Let's see, blue, of course, is the healing color. Gold, of course, is that culmination, that combination of all of the energies put together, which is also great. So when you wear gold, you've got this infusion of lots of different colors. So, knowing it and thinking it and using it is, it's a very, very positive way to get yourself motivated.
Cheryl's wondering about purple.
Purple is a brilliant color. It is, if you notice that in every church since ancient times, the color purple, you go into any church and you see the color purple. It's a very spiritual color. It's a very beautiful and a very spiritual color. So yes, it's a great color. Yes.
I know somebody was asking about the color black, and I'm scrolling to try to find their name. So could you talk about black?
Yeah, well, black isn't really a color, is it? And neither is white. Or so they tell us. Hey, but whatever. I like wearing black, but I like wearing black because it's almost like it's a backdrop. Maybe it's a backdrop for my jewelry. Maybe it's a backdrop for that beautiful scarf that I'm going to put on. I think, I don't, I don't see anything wrong with the color black. I wouldn't say, if you're a really depressed person, I wouldn't say wear black. Or if you're going to wear black, use it as a backdrop for something. The same with white. Use it as a backdrop for something that's positive and powerful and makes you feel good. I've been wearing this pendant all week. I don't know how clearly you can see it, but it is well, I've actually been wearing it all month on and off. It is the symbol of the phoenix and the dragon, which is one of those symbols. It's a celebratory symbol. It's the 25th year anniversary of the Eagle and the Rose, which is why I'm sort of wearing it. But sometimes I'll wear a piece of jewelry and I'll think, I'm going to wear this because this makes me feel good. It makes me feel great. I'm going to wear this because it really means something to me, or it makes me feel a particular way. In the Chinese culture, the dragon, of course, is powerful, and the phoenix, the mythical bird, the phoenix, is also powerful. And when you put those two things together, the dragon and the phoenix, the Chinese often use this as a symbol of the huge celebrations or huge joy. You'll often see at weddings, you'll see a beautiful red banner, and in gold you've got the eagle on the phoenix on one side and the dragon on the other side, and together they spell double happiness, double happiness, double happiness, da, 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 double happiness, double happiness, double happiness. Shall I tell you the story again of when I hurt my toe on double happiness? I'll tell you quickly the story. I was doing the laundry. I'd folded up some towels. I was walking up a very steep step of stairs in my house. The staircase was old. The house was old. The staircase was steep. And I'd got this enormous, one day, maybe I'll try and find it for you so you can see how heavy it is. It's a big, heavy thing in wood with a jade center, and the jade is very heavy, and it's the phoenix on one side and it's the dragon on the other side, and at the bottom it's got a red tassel and so on, and it's sort of like a big wall hanging that you put up there. So I decided I'd move it up to my bedroom, so I placed it on top of the towels, and I'm taking it up the stairs, and I put the towels on the bed, and as I'm putting the towels on the bed, the thing slipped off and came down on its side and hit my toe so hard. It was excruciating. The pain was excruciating, and of course I must have yelled or something. And my daughter came racing into the bedroom. Are you okay, Mom? What's okay? What are you all right? What's going on? To find me hopping on one leg, holding my foot, hopping around the bedroom, saying, double happiness, double happiness, double happiness. Attitude is everything, right? Chris.
Rhonda says, I love yellow. It always makes me feel so good. I have a sunflower. In the bedroom, there's a sunflower mural on one wall and a
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
yellow quilt on the bed. When I go into that room, I feel so warm and happy.
Well, you would, because it's full of sunshine, and again, if I can remind you all, the power of the sun that feeds this earth of ours, that gives us the energy that we need, and when you see the light and the rays of that sun refracted through the prism, through the crystal, you'll see it all breaks up. Color is everything to us. Energy, it means energy, and different types of color bring us different types of energy, and we should be using that on a daily basis. I love the idea of a yellow quilt, by the way. Chris.
Albertine says, Rosemary, I wish for you a happy, colorful birthday with a big smile and gray eagle too.
Thank you. Thanks, Albertine. Well, we're actually not just celebrating my birthday, are we, this year? We are celebrating the 25th. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm that old. How did I get to be this old? I cannot believe the 25th anniversary of the first publication of The Eagle and the Rose, and we are going to be really, really sad. We've been celebrating all month long, right, Chris?
Yes, it's been such an enjoyable, exhausting adventure.
I was going to say, are you exhausted as I am?
No, you do most of the work.
No, 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 no. You make it possible. I always say you have to always remember You know, the star cannot stand on the stage until somebody builds the stage for them. There are always people in the background who have to support you in order that you can do your work. And that goes for, you know, if you're in an office and you're the star of the office, but even if it's for a moment, it's because there are people behind you supporting you and helping you. We should all of us always remember to think who was it who was able to help me to build this stage, because you know the gratitude that we must show for those people is we should show endless gratitude. So I'm showing endless gratitude here, Chris. Do we have any other questions before we end this session this
Oh,
morning?
we've got quite a few comments.
Okay.
Kevin's sending you a blue heart.
Hi, Kevin.
And Cheryl's saying, I could wear any color and not feel pretty.
Oh, who said that?
Cheryl.
Cheryl said this?
Yes.
Are you sure you got that right, Chris? I'm going to ask you, did you get it right? Are you sure?
Unfortunately, yes. Or
Yeah, well, it
fortunately,
isn't.
depending on what you have to say.
Well, get a grip is what I say. You are a beautiful girl. How can you not feel really, really pretty? Number one, your energy and your beauty shines within you, and it shines out. You know, everybody said, you know what? It's no wonder you're having trouble, is it? Because you really got to get a grip and work on your self-worth. And I'm telling you that you know, saying those things is such a negative, and we want them to be a positive. So I want you to go out and find the prettiest color that you could possibly find. Put a pretty scarf on, wear a pretty sweater, and look in the mirror and see what it is that I see, Cheryl, because what I see is just a lovely, lovely, lovely human being. So get a grip and start to see yourself as beautiful as we do. I don't know who ever told you or implied to you or made you think that you were not pretty, but that's their issue and it shouldn't be yours. You shouldn't make it yours. Don't do that again to me. Be positive, okay? Change your attitude here. Think pretty, you will be pretty. Chris.
Silvana, who is from Italy, is asking, she says, this lady begs you to tell her something about her deceased sister who died prematurely.
Well, it is, you know, really. I don't want you to beg me because there's no need to beg me. But on this particular show, I shall not be giving messages. However, what we are doing is that we already have another one booked, don't we, Chris? We have a webinar booked where we give messages all the way through for 3 hours. We give messages to all of those people who join our webinar. We had one a couple of weeks ago and it was really wonderful and really successful, really great. And of course, there is the other option that you can book an appointment, not necessarily with me, but you can book an appointment with someone and or you know, book a consultation. So there are lots of different ways that you can get messages. So I'm going to suggest you go to our website, rosemaryaltea.com, and see what's going on there, and see what you can see that might help you. I'm sure that your sister is safe. I'm sure that she is well. In fact, I'm sure that for all of us who are missing someone, who have lost someone, I'm absolutely certain that our loved ones are safe and that they are well. Chris.
Betta says, I love collecting shoes of all color. I feel really good when I put on a pair of pink shoes, especially with the palettes.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Betta, because I love shoes. And you know, I remember when I was in Hong Kong once, there was this street. Can't remember the name of it now, but it was like a 2 or 3 blocks long, and every single store was a shoe store, and you could go from one to the next, which of course you know I did. And you might say you were spoiled for choice. Well, you were, but at the same time, the choices were spectacular. And I remember buying a pair of shoes, and they were sort of nice and black and shiny, but they had these sort of flower petals stitched all over them. And these flower petals were in pink and yellow and green and blue. And they might sound awful, but they were spectacular. And whenever I wore them, people would always comment. They were really, really spectacular shoes. I wish I still had them. And you could wear any outfit with them, and it would go. You know, it was amazing. So yes, I get the shoe fetish because I have one myself.
Well, it makes me think, Rosemary, because we do have a lot of men that join you on these shows. What do you think they could do to boost up their wardrobe?
Oh, well, come on. I mean, gone are the days of only being able to wear a white shirt. Gone are the days of only having to wear the conservative dark blue tie. So you can wear. You might have to wear a uniform during the day. There's nothing to stop you from wearing a pair of bright red pants, is there? Underpants. There's nothing to stop you from wearing, something hidden if you can't show it. But the thing is that you know that it's there because you're wearing it when you put it on, and you sort of, you think about it. You know that it's there. But I love to see men in bright colours. So whether you wear them outside or whether you wear them underneath, it doesn't really matter. And that goes for ladies as well, because there are a lot of ladies who work in offices and they have to be very conservative in their color choices and so on. Well, there's nothing to say you can't wear a nice pale pink lacy bra and panties, is there? There's nothing to say that a man can't wear a really nice baby blue pair of boxer shorts. I'm sort of getting these visions in my head here. Maybe I shouldn't be getting them. So, Chris, let's move on.
Well, I think about my millennial sons, and it seems like the big thing for them is crazy colored socks or designs. So they can be very
Exactly.
conservative in dress,
Yeah.
but they'll choose something really wacky for their socks. So, or
Right.
hats, men who wear hats wear those different colors.
And ties and so on. But if you are in a job where you have to be more conservative, just remember, you might be wearing this staid navy blue jacket and skirt and a white shirt and everything. You can wear something really poppy underneath and nobody will know, but you will. And that's the point. You will. And just imagine, you're sort of walking there and you're looking fairly somber and you're looking very professional and so on, and you're just wearing these really fantastic bright stripy boxer shorts or something. You can smile, right? That could put a smile on your face because nobody would ever guess what was underneath. Chris.
Zaza says, greeting from Sarasota, Florida, feeling
Oh,
motivated. Thank you for all you do. These videos are lovely.
you're very welcome. Do you like going to the Columbia restaurant also, Zaza? Because it's a great, great fun time.
Wendy says lists are lifesavers.
Oh, hi, darling. Thank you again for um, my pears, which I haven't eaten them all, but and yes, they are very similar to Bartlett's. They're very nice, actually. Really, really, very nice. Nobody knows what we're talking about, do they? But anyway, there we are. Keep going, Chris.
Carolyn said, I thought of you yesterday when I bumped my head. I said a bad word. Darn the double happiness. It didn't come to mind. I'm a work in progress.
I love that. I really love that. You are excused. The double happiness thing doesn't always come into my mind either. When you bump yourself or you hurt yourself, you just want to say that one little naughty word. And, and I've done that myself from time to time, as my friends will testify. But yes, I think we're all a work in progress. So don't worry too much about that.
Sandy and Julie are saying words are powerful. Choose them wisely. And let's all
Yes.
practice feeling pretty. It's all repetition.
It is, it really is. And talking of words, we are next Motivational Monday. I am going to talk to you about power words and how you can use them. And we're going to be talking about the motivational board as well. I'm going to be telling you how to do that too. Yes, Chris.
One more. Oh, another one just snuck in, so maybe two more. Carolyn's asking, what will you do on your birthday this year?
Um, well, we're going to be doing more of this, um, because it is the 25th anniversary of the Eagle and the Rose. So that really, to me, takes precedence over my uh, birthday celebration. I'll be more celebrating, well, both of them, but you know. So I thought I might, who knows? I thought I might read you a story in the morning from the Eagle and the Rose, or I might even tell you a story about how it came to be and what happened, and uh, how did I come to be a New York Times best-selling author when I'm just this little British girl, and I I have to say that becoming a New York Times bestseller is difficult at the best of times, but a foreign person, which I am, a foreign person coming into that is, I think it's like a 0.00000001% chance. So, wow. I wonder if Grey Eagle had anything to do with it. I wonder if the Spirit Wad had anything to do with it. What do you think? So we're going to be talking a little bit about that on Wednesday, and then I'm going out for dinner with my good friend Mary Lou at night. And oh yes, that's right. We're going to be doing maybe we're going to be doing an off the cuff. You never know, do you, Chris? What we're going to be doing? Who knows what we're going to be doing?
It's your
But whatever it
birthday. We're
is,
going to do whatever you want.
and I'm going to be eating. Let me tell you what else I'm going to be doing, because I made these beautiful little baby meringues. I only ate a half of one today. Mind you, I ate about 4 or 5 of the little pastries that were filled with the creme patissiere. They're so good. And so I might just, bake myself a really fabulous dessert and do an off the cuff thing on Wednesday night once I've been out to dinner. We could do that, right, Chris? And I can show you all how to eat a meringue. It isn't that easy, because it gets powder all over your face, but they are good and they are worth it.
Betta's asking, what is Gray Eagle's favorite color?
Uh, Straight away, we get the color blue for healing. Oh, he's so sweet. And the color green, he tells me, for my eyes and my daughter's eyes and my grandson's eyes. We've all got green eyes, aren't we lucky?
All right,
So,
last one. Eric says some workers I've known got all dressed up for their Friday night shift. They had to work at that time, but they did themselves up to the T's and called that glam night.
oh, I like it. I love that idea. Maybe we should all have a glam day. Maybe those of you who are thinking of joining me on Wednesday can come in some beautiful something or another and tell us what it is that you're wearing that makes you so glamorous or feel so glamorous today. And Sharon, you better be on, and you be better looking pretty. You better tell me you're looking pretty. All right, that's it, guys. Was it Sharon or was it Sharon? I'm not sure. Anyway, all right, so that's it. I'm done. Um, I hope that we've motivated you a little bit today, and I do hope that we've given you fun and a little bit of insight and a little bit of inspiration, because we've got lots of inspiration. We are so joyful this month. I would like to say thank you to all of you for just, you keep coming, don't you? You keep coming back there, and you keep supporting me and helping me to celebrate this special month. 25 years of the Eagle and Rose. This Saturday, this is it this coming Saturday? Yes, it's this coming Saturday. We're having a huge celebration with our webinar on Saturday, because Grey Eagle is going to be doing direct voice. There are still some tickets available if you'd like to go to the website rosemaryaltea.com, and you can see the webinar is called Grey Eagle Speaks. Wow, that's going to be the highlight of my month. I think definitely the highlight of my month. He's only ever done it once before publicly, and now we're going to be doing it again. So we're keeping our fingers crossed it's going to work out beautifully, and I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. If you're interested in a webinar where I'm going to be giving messages, then you'll find 26th of June, Chris. Chris, I think.
Yes.
Something like that. And we should be doing lots of other things. But this month, we've had no time to plan other webinars except the ones we have already planned, because you're driving me crazy, Miss Daisy. That's for Chris. It's it's been a joy and a pleasure. We shall continue for it to be a joy and a pleasure. Tomorrow we shall be doing something. I'm not sure, I might be joining you for another exercise. If so, it will be around the noon time. I might be showing you the 3 chairs or not, but definitely we'll be doing an off the cuff as well. So just keep your eye on things. You might really like to do the exercise of the 3 chairs, and I might show you how it applies to me, and then you can apply it to you. We shall see what happens. In the meantime, thank you all for joining us for Motivational Monday, and we'll see you again tomorrow, or if not, just go to the website. Click on the calendar, and Chris will show you what there is on the calendar that we have planned for the rest of this month, because every single day for the rest of this month we're doing something every day. Sorry.
This too will pass, Rosemary.
Pardon?
This
What?
too will pass.
Oh, well, actually, I've loved every minute of it. So even though I'm exhausted, I'm loving every single minute of it. So thank you all for joining us, and we shall see you when we see you. In the meantime, please, all of you out there, have a very, very blessed rest of the day. And if you've got the Monday blues, you better not have them now, because I won't tolerate it. Just think positive. Have a very blessed rest of the week, everybody. Bye-bye.